Here is the question I get asked more than any other after someone has been told their blood sugar is too high. It is not, will I get diabetes? It is not, what does my HbA1c number mean? The question is this: what am I actually allowed to eat now? And I want to tell you something important before we go any further. The answer is probably not what you are expecting, because most people assume that a prediabetes diagnosis means giving up everything they enjoy. No bread, no potatoes, no pudding, ever again. That is not true. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what the evidence actually says, using real UK food from real UK shops without turning every meal into a medical experiment. If you have been Googling what you can eat since you got your results, I know exactly what you have found. Conflicting advice, American portion sizes that do not translate, terrifying lists of foods you are apparently never allowed to touch again, keto evangelists telling you carbs are poison, NHS leaflets that are so vague they are almost useless, and probably a growing sense that eating has become genuinely stressful, that sitting down to a meal now comes with a side order of guilt and confusion. I hear this from people constantly, and it does not have to be this way. The truth about food and blood sugar is actually simpler and far less restrictive than most of what you have read, so let us start from the beginning. Here is the one thing you need to understand about food and blood sugar, because once you get this, everything else makes sense. Not all foods raise your blood sugar at the same speed. Some foods, white bread, white rice, sugary drinks, certain cereals, release their sugar into your bloodstream very quickly. Your blood sugar spikes fast, your body has to work hard to bring it back down, and over time, that repeated spiking is what causes problems. Other foods, whole grains, vegetables, protein, healthy fats, release their energy much more slowly. Your blood sugar rises gently, your body handles it comfortably, and there is no big spike. So the goal is not to eliminate carbohydrates, the goal is to favour the slow ones over the fast ones. That is it, that is the whole principle. Everything else in this video is just the practical version of that one idea. Right, here is the bit most people are not expecting. The list of things you can eat is very long, much longer than you think. Every vegetable, fresh, frozen, tinned, all of it. The frozen mixed veg from Lidl is genuinely as nutritious as anything from a health food shop, and costs a fraction of the price. Eggs, in any form, scrambled, boiled, poached as an omelette. Eggs are one of the best foods you can eat for blood sugar stability. Meat and fish, chicken, beef, pork, salmon, cod, mackerel, tinned tuna, all fine. Good protein keeps you full and has almost no effect on blood sugar. Full-fat Greek yogurt, not the low-fat flavoured versions, those are often full of sugar. The plain full-fat version, a big dollop with some berries, brilliant. Nuts, a small handful of unsalted nuts, almonds, walnuts, cashews, is a great snack. Beans and lentils. These are genuinely excellent for blood sugar. Chickpeas, kidney beans, red lentils. They are cheap, filling, and slow down sugar release. And porridge. Proper oat porridge made with water or milk, with no added sugar or honey. This is one of the best breakfasts you can have. The internet will tell you conflicting things about this. I am telling you, oat porridge is fine and good. That is a long list of very normal, very British, affordable food. Now, the ones worth paying a bit more attention to, and I want to be clear, I am not going to give you a banned list. That approach does not work. It makes people miserable, and it is not necessary. What I am going to give you is a simple swap for a handful of things that have the biggest impact. The first one, and this surprises almost everyone, is fruit juice. Even fresh squeezed orange juice raises your blood sugar almost as fast as a fizzy drink. The fibre is removed in the juicing process. Swap it for water or unsweetened tea. White bread, not banned. But the whole grain version, like Hovis Seed Sensations, releases its sugar significantly more slowly. It tastes very similar. Most people stop noticing the difference within a week. White rice and white pasta. Again, not banned, but reducing the portion slightly and filling the rest of the plate with vegetables achieves the same result as switching to brown. Sugary breakfast cereals. This is a big one. Most cereals, even ones marketed as healthy, are very high in sugar. A bowl of porridge takes 5 minutes. Scrambled eggs on whole grain toast is another excellent option. That is 5 swaps. Not a lifestyle overhaul, 5 practical changes you can make this week. Let me make this as practical as possible. Here is a basic weekly shop that is specifically good for blood sugar using real UK supermarkets at normal prices. Eggs, porridge oats, the own brand version is identical to the premium ones and costs half the price. Seeded whole grain bread, frozen mixed vegetables. These are just as nutritious as fresh and significantly cheaper. Chicken or fish, a few tins of beans or lentils, some berries, plain full-fat Greek yogurt, a bag of unsalted nuts for snacking, sparkling water instead of juice. That is a week of genuinely good eating for blood sugar. At Aldi or Lidl, that shop costs under £40. There is nothing exotic on that list, nothing you would not recognise. This is normal British food. It just happens to be very good for your blood sugar as well. If you take one thing from this video, make it this. Before you put anything else on your plate, fill half of it with vegetables. Any vegetables, fresh, frozen, tinned. Then a quarter of the plate for your protein, chicken, fish, eggs, beans. Then the last quarter for your carbohydrates. That is the whole system. You are not cutting carbs. You are not counting calories. You are just rebalancing what is already on your plate. Most people see a meaningful improvement in 6 to 8 weeks. Food and prediabetes does not have to be a source of stress. It does not have to mean giving up the meals you enjoy or the culture around eating that matters to you. It means making a handful of practical shifts, consistently, over time. That is genuinely all it takes for most people to see their numbers move in the right direction. I have put together a full 30-day plan that walks you through this step by step. It is in the description below. If you found this useful, share it with someone who needs it.